Hello and welcome to Season 6, Round 1, Monza Blue Lobby Sprint Race. And with the grid for this opening event, we have Sicily.
Starting in row 1 is Lee in the number 80 Porsche. Starting second is Simon in the number 69 Mazda, new car for him. Starting row 2, it is Will Smurf in the number 53 Ford. And starting fourth alongside him is Murph in the number 11 Alfa Romeo 4C. Starting fifth is Damo in the number 39 Ferrari 458, alongside DJ Cypher in the number 4 Toyota Supra. Starting seventh is Yvonne in the number 147 Ford GT. Good to see her back in Nighthawk. And starting eighth alongside her is Saber Venom in the number 51 Ferrari 296. Starting ninth is Sparky in the number 12 Ferrari 296, alongside T50 Gary in the new Porsche 992, number 17. Starting 11th is UNM Lyle in the number 3 Porsche 992, alongside Sarah Hockey in the number 9 Lamborghini for the second season. Starting 13th in row 7 is Piper in the number 182 Ferrari, alongside rookie Drew Schmanke in the number 33 Volkswagen Beetle. And starting 15th in the sprint is Rebecca Wolf in the number 243 Peugeot RCZ.
And well, that's the grid for the opening round here at Monza. So, Sicily, after having a quick look and reading off all of those drivers for us, any particular thoughts to this opening round race and who's going to potentially shine here at the Temple of Speed?
Well, you can't think about F1 RC sprint races without Mr. Lee in the number 80 Porsche. He starts on pole. He's in a good spot. The trouble here with Monza, it's always a tight run down to turn 1. It's a very long one too, so I expect cars with higher top end, such as Simon's new Mazda, Smurf's Ford. I'm even going to give a shout out to Murph in the Alfa Romeo. That car is sneaky good in a straight line. I think we'll be seeing a very interesting rundown into that first chicane. And then after that, who knows?
Do you know, that is a really good shout. Personally, I'm going to be keeping an eye on a friend of yours, Piper, and another one, Lyle, in that 992, Piper in the Ferrari. But there's a lot of good selection of cars in this season, and I think it's going to lead itself to a really, really good race. With that in mind, I think it's time to get to the opening round and unleash the cars here at the Temple of Speed at Monza. Let's go and enjoy this.
It's almost time to start Season 6 of the F1 RST Championship. Lee, Simon, Smurf are your top 3. We're green, and it's a park getaway for Simon immediately. He's down further into the field. He's fallen out of the top 8 immediately, but Lee has the advantage. Damo lined up right behind him with the his new Ferrari 458 as we go into the first chicane for the first time today. So far, all is well. It's usually really tight section if you've played ACC Evo or watched Intercontinental GT racing here, but everyone gets away clean. How about that? We do have a brief yellow flag, and I believe it's for Rebecca, who is slowing down, but otherwise is still straight. Through Curva Grande into the second chicane now. Lee with a nice run there, a little bit of sideways moment. Damo, I think, having a little bit of an off-track excursion. He'll lose a few places. Gary moves past him for 6th place. And it looks like right now, Pedro, it's surprisingly calm here in Monza.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see just everyone making it out alive of turn 1. We know what can happen around here, what usually happens, you know. And yeah, just everyone being super mindful and respectful of each other. Pack is still pretty close together, which is always good. Should give us some entertainment for the rest of this lap and the upcoming laps, hopefully. Okay, as I see Sarah making a move on Damo. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. And Smurf going wide. That's Ascari. it's all kicking off.
Yeah, Piper and Lyle had a little bit of a moment, and that little moment lets Schwenke in the 33 Beetle get past Piper for 11th place. So that car started in 14th. Not a bad getaway for Schwenke in his first Nighthawk race. But out in front, it's still Lee, Murph, Cypher as your top three. Not bad work by Cypher in the new car this season, formerly in the Lambo Huracan. Now he's in a Toyota Supra. Same with Murph. He's also in a new car, formerly in the Supra. Now he's in the Alfa Romeo. I wonder if Murph sold Cypher that Supra.
Ooh, Sarah with a move at first chicane. Sorry to interrupt there, but yeah, both in new cars. Also, Yvonne coming back this season. Obviously, she only took part in one round with the Renault RS01 last season at Interlagos, and this time she's in the Ford GT. Always good to see her on the grid. Yeah, she's having a good start so far, up to P4 as well.
Sorry
Ooh.
to interrupt you, Pedro. Lyle had a bad run through the second chicane, and Piper ran into the back of him on accident there. No damage, but it's kind of kicking off in that back field there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't know, Damon's just lost quite a few positions. He's already down to P14, reminding that he started in P5, obviously being involved in a few, few bits of contact here and there. Currently just behind Simon, could probably go for a move. There he goes.
Simon! He overcooked it there. I was about to say, Damo and Simon also in new cars. Damo, he's in the Ferrari 458. I think the only driver in the 458 this season. And Simon, switching from the BMW M6 to the Mazda RX Vision.
Yes, he's actually come back to this car after using it, I believe it was either in Season 2 or 3, I can't recall. But yeah, he said during the pre-season that he was feeling quite comfortable with the car. Just decided to go for it again this season. He might go for a move on Rebecca, actually. Just at the main straight. I'm not exactly sure if he'll be able to get there before turn 1. No, he just stays behind for now.
But he does not.
Yeah, so up in front, lead seems to have built about a 2-second gap to Murph at this point in time.
It's what we know of Lee. Lights out performances in the sprint. And much like Yvonne, he only did one race last season at Interlagos. And he's right back where he left off. This time, not the 991, but the 992. So
yeah,
bit of slight change there, not as much compared to some of the other drivers in the field. As you mentioned, Yvonne in the Ford GT, Gary now in a Porsche. I believe last year he was in the GTR. Sarah's still in the Lamborghini Huracan. I thought this was a good combination last season, her and the Huracan. And so far, it's not proving me wrong here. She is right now running in 6th place. She's made up a good few spots.
Yeah, she's always super strong with that Huracan, and she really managed to get the hang of it, and she's quite confident driving it, so I think that extra factor does play into her advantage, and it's obviously good sometimes for you to test yourself with picking new cars, but once you have a car that you feel at one with, essentially, it always gives you one less factor to worry about. In this case, having to adapt to a new car, possibly adjusting your driving style. So Sarah knows what the car is capable of. She knows what she's capable of, and yeah, good to see that combination sticking for another season. In the meantime, in that previous lap, Piper overtook Lyle at the exit of the second chicane, and they're still pretty close together, fighting for P8 at the moment.
And one thing I've also noticed is Murph has made a good bit of inroads on Lee. I think Lee might have made a mistake in Ascari, perhaps, and that's let Murph get a lot closer in that Alfa Romeo 4C.
Yeah, he's set a lap almost 8 tenths quicker than Lee last time around. He's made up quite some time. And just as we were talking about Sarah, I forgot to mention she currently holds the fastest lap of the race, and she's right on the back of Gary. I think she might have gained quite some time on him as well. Seems like the two previous laps have been significantly quicker than Gary. And yeah, she could be on a fight for the podium anytime soon, although...
That might be a penalty.
Penalty, yeah. I think she lifted off just... Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to say she probably lifted off just enough, but clearly wasn't, according to Polyphony. Gary might go for a move here already.
Gary's making the move. The inside of the Parabolica. Just can't get the run needed to get by to number 147 for GT. And Yvonne maintains 4th place for the time being. So, this is going to be a battle that I think we're going to be seeing a lot of in the sprint race. As we see Gary looking to the inside, he doesn't quite have the nose in there. And Yvonne stays in 4th place. Whoa! I don't know if that was the camera tricking me or if Sarah kind of had a loose moment there.
Yeah, I can't quite recall as well, but I think she had a bit of a moment there at the exit, but managed to hold on quite nicely.
One thing I'm noticing is there's a large gap between 7th and 8th right now. Sparky in 7th place, also in a new car, in the Ferrari 296. No longer in the McLaren 12C. Or, I called it a 12C, that's the old version of it. It's the 650.
Yeah, 650, yes.
Same rear end, different front end. Lyle got back ahead of Piper, who is back. Missed Season 5. Last race in Season 4, so a little bit of rust to shake off for Piper, but otherwise, Piper's running pretty well right now, also in a Ferrari 296, ahead of Lyle, no longer in the 458, now in the Porsche 911 GT3R. And right behind these two, another 296 and Haslett. He's no longer in the Porsche. He's in a new car as well.
Oh, bit of contact there between Cypher and Murph, which allows Cypher to go up to P2 and Yvonne to P3.
This might be P2 for Yvonne here, because I think that Ford GT's got a little bit better of a run. And I think, yep, Yvonne just about has the overtake done, but that Supra also really good in the straight line. They're side by side. Cypher gives way.
Ooh.
a little sketchy there, but Yvonne does have P2 ahead of Cypher and Gary. Poor Murph, he was running P2, now he's down in P5 with Sarah looking at that rear wing.
Yeah, Sarah, obviously, after serving the penalty last lap around, probably being able to benefit here. Murph goes...
Oh, no, Murph!
Very wide. And
massive
Sarah
overcook.
making up another position.
That's unfortunate for Murph. He was running really good. He was having such a good race up to that point in the Parabolica. But he's still got 2.5 laps to shake it off, get back into that rhythm. But this pack, it just hasn't really shrunk. Or, well, it hasn't really gapped itself out, I should say. Hey, Murph! Again, a little late on the brakes, and it's cost him time.
Luckily for him, Sparky has to serve a penalty, which should give him some breathing room thus far. And I think Lyle is about to serve one as well, which will allow Piper to move back up into P8. With Haslett just starting to close in behind them.
Yeah, that's big for Haslett there, because he was kind of a little further back on this dueling pair. As the leaders have hit 2 to go this time. Cypher and Gary side by side for that final podium spot. Porsche versus Supra. The Supra, as I mentioned, really good on the straights, but it looks like The Porsche holding its own into that first
Oh,
chicane.
bit of contact.
Little door banging. A little more door banging. And here comes Sarah. She gives Cypher a boop. But Gary makes the overtake work. So the number 17 Porsche has that third podium spot. Cypher's not done yet, though. He's looking to the inside. Gary tried to take a defensive measure. Cypher says no. Oh, he's right on the back bumper of that Porsche. He's sniffing the exhaust fumes, and there goes Cypher! A little bit of an opportunistic lunge by Sarah. Gains her a place, but Cypher falling down the order with damage. Oh boy.
Oh, and right on the penultimate lap as well. That is gonna hurt for Cypher. He was running high throughout a long part of this race. Oh man.
And something else I caught, Piper had a moment in that chicane, and that let Lyle back through. So, those two aren't done yet. And
Yeah,
battle for third is still
on.
ongoing between Sarah and Gary. It's Lamborghini versus Porsche.
Well, I have just seen as well, coming from our trackside reporter, apparently Lyle made a move on Haslett, but there was a bit of contact that made Haslett lose control of the car, and he just lost so much time and positions because of that. So I'm not sure if this is going to be one for the stewards.
I am also noticing we've lost a car. Rebecca, making her Nighthawk debut, is out of the race. We're not quite sure what the issue is there, but the number 243 Peugeot is off the track. Meanwhile, Lee started his final lap, going through Curva Grande now. Sarah's got the move done on Gary. So, a little bit of ill-gotten gains for Sarah, but she does have that third podium spot. It'll be interesting to see what the stewards rule on that incident last lap with Cypher there. But it looks like otherwise. The front pack has started spreading out a little bit. Cypher holds on to 7th. Look at this. Piper's got back ahead of Lyle. And now has the advantage. That's a pretty significant gap this late in the race to have now. Smurf up to P10 in a new livery for his Ford GT. And that's good work for him there. But now, we've gone out of Ascari for the leaders. Oh! Yvonne! She's gone into the gravel out of Ascari! And Gary's in the wall! Oh no! He was having such a good race. He had battled his way up there, and now he's fallen down the order. But going through Parabolica for the final time in the sprint, right where he left off, Lee Duncan in the number 80 Porsche wins the first sprint race of the season. Yvonne holds on to P2 after that moment out of Ascari. Sarah holds P3 for the time being. Sparky will take P4 in the number 12 Ferrari. Murph with a decent recovery for P5. Gary has to settle for 6th ahead of Cypher. Piper gets the better of Lyle for 8th. Lyle 9th. Smurf at 10th. Damo moved himself back up the order into P11. And look at this. It's a battle for the final for 12th place at the line. Haslett ahead of Swanky for 12th place. And Simon goes through Parabolica now. And he will take 14th. What a race this was.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. It was so action-packed. I was super glad to see everyone making it out alive of turn 1 on the first lap. From then on, we just had so many interesting battles all across the field. And proof is that a lot of these drivers just finished within a few tenths of each other, so that was wonderful to see. Great overtakes, great moments of racing side by side. Yeah, I mean, I guess we will have to see if there are any decisions from the stewards, which I think it's in.
Yep.
And
We do have
unfortunately for one of our drivers, it will mean that they will move down a position, which is Sarah moving out of the podium, which promotes Sparky up to P3, and she stays in P4. Well,
Yeah, as I said, that was a little bit of ill-gotten gains with Cypher into that P4 spot before she made the lunge on Gary. And yeah, Monza's one of those places where it's hard to overtake, and you need to conserve your momentum, because if you don't, you set yourself up to being overtaken, like what ended up happening. She tried conserving her momentum there, and unfortunately, it just ended up a little bit of the wrong way to do it.
yeah, unfortunately, that 5-second penalty, she was less than half a second away from being able to keep that podium spot, but unfortunately, that moves her down to P4. Still shows that she definitely has the pace, and it's looking promising for her to be able to get a good result, get her head down, and just get a really good result for the feature race. That's what I was meaning to say. Yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's move on to the next one.
Yep. Oh, they're calling us to our cars. That's why. All right.
Exactly.
Well, see you in about 20 minutes.